most of you could be saving yourselves a lot of hassle with these relationships that you're in, or these relationships that you're trying to get in. See, most of you are picking women that don't have this particular trait. And if they don't have this, then it's going to be an uphill battle the whole time, from the moment you meet them, throughout the relationship, to the inevitable end. Now, I learned this from years and years of meeting hundreds, if not thousands, of different women. And when you have those sort of numbers on your belt, when you've been able to meet so many different people, you start to analyze what works well and what doesn't work well. So ultimately, if your woman doesn't have this one trait, then you're going nowhere with her. And this one trait is not kindness, beauty, her being caring or motherly. Forget all the other traits. If your woman cannot communicate, then the whole relationship is pointless. The reason why I decided to make a video like this is because recently I met some gorgeous girl at a party. And we really hit it off, and we liked each other, and it was going kind of well at one point. And then she was going abroad for a short while. And I was like, okay, cool, enjoy yourself. And I tried to meet up with her. We had a really great date. And then she left on holiday. I didn't manage to see her. And I said, listen, you know, I know I'm not going to see you for a while, but let's catch up over the phone. I'd love to hear your voice and see what you're up to. So she didn't respond. And I was like, that's weird. All right, it went really well. We had a great date. And now she's pissed off on holiday. And now she's not responding. Okay, I tried my best. I reached out. I said, do you want to jump on a call? I'd love to catch up with you. I know you're abroad. Didn't respond. So I backed off. I did what any honorable man does in that situation. You back off. You do not chase. She's clearly seen the message. Go, oh, maybe she didn't see the message. Maybe she's busy. Maybe I should message her again. Maybe she's busy. Maybe she didn't see the message. It's bullshit. Of course she saw the message. No, she's not busy, bro. She's not the CEO of Amazon, okay? The CEO of Amazon and OpenAI is busy. She's not busy. She's definitely seen your message. She's chosen not to respond. So what happened 10 days after I backed off? Hey, I sent that message, she didn't respond, and I backed off. 10 days later, I wake up in the morning and I had actually deleted her number. I was like, delete, so I'm not tempted to message her again. Just move on. Fuck it, bro. You've got mad options anyway, and you can go and create another 100 options in the next couple of weeks. So off we go. So I left it and I walked away, which is a very graceful thing to do as a man. It always seems to work out in your favor, because for some reason, they always come back when you don't give a shit. Women are so weird. Women are like cats. It's like they'll just piss off around the neighborhood, go for a nice long walk, and then when they feel like it, they'll just come back and start stroking you, looking for attention. You're like, oh, you're back, are you? Not like dogs. Dogs always need attention. Okay? Women are like cats, not like dogs. So treat them like cats. Let them go off and then let them come back in their own time, because eventually they will if you make the right moves. So then she comes back and I see this message from a random phone number. I'm like, oh. And then she sends me this really beautiful message like, oh, I was out last night. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. I was like watching this DJ and all I could think about was you. Every time I looked at the DJ, I could just see your face. I'm sorry I didn't get back in touch with you, but I've been thinking about you. That was her message. And I was like, boom, I'm back in. Great moves by me. Brilliant. So I left it a couple of days. I didn't want to get back to her immediately. I was also busy. I've got my businesses to run. I'm traveling. I've got 5 weddings this summer. I've got a lot of shit going on. So I get back to her 2 days later and I said, hey, really glad that you messaged me. I tried my best to reach out to you and to make it work, but it didn't seem to happen. So I backed off to preserve my precious energy. But I was really happy to receive that message from you. Let's cut all the bullshit and let's have a call. I miss your voice. Let's talk things through. By text, too much gets lost in translation. Are you free on Tuesday night for a call? She doesn't respond again. I was like, what? You've told me that you miss me. You've told me that you can't stop thinking about me, and you're watching this DJ and all you could see was my face. I then respond offering another chance to get on the phone and to have a conversation, because I'm not going to engage in text messages and sit there and message back and forth. Oh, let me play this game of text messaging. No, I want to get on the phone. I want to speak to you so I can find out if this is worth actually progressing with. I'm not going to sit here and text like a fucking 15-year-old teenager. So that's why I suggested a phone call. And I said, let's cut through the crap. I'd love to hear your voice. Let's have a phone call. That's the best way. Messages get lost in translation. Maybe that message even got lost in translation. Maybe that message pissed her off. The point is, who cares what she's thinking? She then hasn't responded. And again, it's been about a week to 10 days since then. So what does this tell me about this woman? Although she's gorgeous with blonde hair and lovely blue eyes, and she's intelligent and she's cute and she's feminine, guess what? She misses the most important trait that I'm looking for in a woman, that any man should be looking for. Communication skills. The ability to talk to you and express her emotions. The ability to translate how she's feeling. That is the most important aspect of any relationship, okay? If your woman cannot communicate with you and is avoidant, which it turns out this girl's clearly got an avoidant personality, where she comes back and says she's been thinking about me, and then she doesn't text for another 10 days. This girl is obviously young and a bit immature. So I now know, even if she comes back and begs, I'm like, well, you've shown your true colors. So you're a waste of time for me. I need someone who can communicate clearly. Those are my values. And guess what? Those should be your values too. The most important value out of any relationship that will keep you surviving and that will keep you in that relationship is communication. There is no other way that you're going to be able to sustain a relationship with the woman that you love, or with your partner, or whoever it is in your life. This doesn't just go for women, but mainly for women, because women, despite them being emotional creatures, you need her to be communicative while she's emotional, so that she can communicate what the hell is going on in that crazy, chaotic, complex mind of hers. If she can't explain to you what's going on in her crazy, chaotic mind, guess what? Your relationship is going to be chaotic, you're going to go crazy, and the whole thing is just going to drive you absolutely wild and drain your precious emotional energy. If she cannot communicate, get the hell away from her and find a woman who can communicate clearly with you, and that'll make your life a whole load easier.